Hello, welcome to Film Ramble. My name is Rich and this is the very first video of my channel, and I'm so pleased it's about my favourite filmmaker, Chirstopher Nolan. So it has been announced that Chirstopher Nolan's next film will be released July 17th, 2026 for Universal Studios. This being a Chirstopher Nolan movie, of course, the plot and genre at the moment are all kept under wraps. What we do know is that Matt Damon is set to return working with Chirstopher Nolan. This will make it his third time collaborating with Chirstopher Nolan, and I found something quite interesting here, is that every time Matt Damon works with Mr. Nolan, his role seems to get bigger. If you go all the way back to 2010 with Interstellar, we didn't even know he was going to be in the film. I remember being completely surprised that he turned up in the movie, had no idea that he was going to be in it. He wasn't on any of the posters, wasn't even put down on IMDb at the time, but his role may have been small, but he caused a lot of disruption for the characters of that film. And then with Oppenheimer, which came out last year, he had a supporting cast role. I'm really glad that he's going to be working with Mr. Nolan again. Obviously, Matt Damon is a very, very talented actor and filmmaker himself, and so it'd be really great to see those two working together again. And it seems like his role in this next film will be the main role of the movie. Now, there had been a rumour going around this year as to what Chirstopher Nolan's next movie could be, and the rumour was that his next film could potentially be The Prisoner. This is a film that Chirstopher Nolan was attached to write and direct for Universal Studios all the way back in 2009. And if you're wondering, hey Rich, what's A Prisoner? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it right now. So Prisoner is a 1960s British TV sci-fi thriller about a government agent who gets kidnapped and wakes up at a mysterious village where everyone is assigned a number. And it's all about him trying to escape and figuring out why he was put there in the first place. And I think it has all the ingredients there to make a great Chirstopher Nolan project. And the reason why I think that The Prisoner will be a great project for Chirstopher Nolan is the way he tells his movies. If you look at his company logo, it is a maze. The company logo comes out of a maze. He's even said in interviews that he takes his audience through a maze, essentially. And he has a long track record of thrillers already with, broken narratives, essentially. You look at Memento, how we're going backwards, but as we're going backwards, we're going forwards. So the way he tells his stories and his long track record of thrillers already and noir filmmaking is why I think it would be great for him to do The Prisoner, because essentially it is about a man who is in a maze and he's trying to get out. When they start rolling cameras next summer, then we're going to start to get a little bit more information as to what that film might be. But another thing to put down in your diary is December next year, and I'll tell you for why. So something that Chirstopher Nolan does with his teaser trailers for his films is put them attached to an IMAX movie that's already out. So when it comes to marketing next year, when we get the trailers for the summer of 2026, that's going to be in December time. That's usually when those trailers are released, and then we have more trailers released when it comes to the Super Bowl. But the big movie that's dominating the cinemas next December is going to be Avatar, Fire and Ash. So that's something to put down in the diary, Chirstopher Nolan fans, is to go and see Avatar, Fire and Ash, because that is where we're going to get the teaser trailer for Chirstopher Nolan's next movie. It could potentially be that it might be the first 10 minutes of the film. That's something that has happened previously with films before. No matter either way, I'm really excited, and obviously we're going to get more information as the months go by. One thing for sure, it's not going to be James Bond. There was a rumour at one point that the next Nolan movie was going to be a James Bond film. But I think we can safely say it's not going to be a James Bond movie, which is a shame. I would have liked to see what Chirstopher Nolan could do with James Bond, and apparently he wanted to do a period piece setting it in the 1960s, which is interesting because that is when the James Bond franchise started, way back with Dr. No. But I think Chirstopher Nolan is one of those directors who is a very strong visionary filmmaker, and his way of making films was just too strong for the James Bond formula. He did have talks with the producers, and they weren't too keen to go in his direction. But I think they could just mix it up every once in a while. We've just had the Daniel Craig Bond movies. We could just have this little break where we have a one-off film by a visionary filmmaker and then go back to the standard formula James Bond movies. That could be a good way to break things up every now and again. However, that's definitely not going to happen, which is a shame. But I'm more excited for Chirstopher Nolan doing Prisoner, personally. But no matter what the project is, we're going to see it. I'm definitely going to see it. And loads of people are going to be excited to see what Chirstopher Nolan is going to do next. It was amazing that he managed to get so many people to go to the cinema to see Oppenheimer, this 3-hour film about a man trying to make the nuclear bomb. It's not really something that is, your usual blockbuster film, considering that the movies at the moment are dominated by superhero films. But he is such a well-respected filmmaker that he can turn out a huge crowd to go and see a film like that. It's pretty amazing. He essentially can package art house films as blockbusters. It's a very, very great gift that he has for doing that. Anyway, I'd love to know your thoughts and comments. Leave them down below. Are you excited for The Prisoner? What do you think Nolan's next film could be? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Also, this is a brand new channel, so I know every YouTuber says it. Can you like and subscribe? But I really need you to like and subscribe. So if you like this video, which I hope you did, then I would love to have you back for the next one and build a community of people who are passionate about films and want to talk about movies. So if you can like and subscribe, that would be really, really great. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.